my dear listeners. My name is Martin K, and today is the second episode of News on the Spectrum. Today episode going to be about China. Yes, that's right, China, the big, powerful China. If you don't know the country, this is the country that's supposed to dominate everything. But unfortunately, the times change, and now it's artificial intelligence that's supposed to dominate everything. And speaking of China, they do have some kind of magic tricks in the pockets. Therefore, when I start to think about recording podcast about China, I start getting sick. That's right. The moment I made the decision, hey, let's make a podcast about China, suddenly I got like a cough. I start like snorting and stuff, snoring, runny nose. I start to forget what happened in Tiananmen in '91, this kind of stuff. So China, from my knowledge, of course, it's the third biggest country in the world. The capital is Beijing, and the capital is Beijing. What else? Oh, China has this kind of loose politics when it comes to borders. They don't respect them. That's right. Like when you have a line, like, "Hey, don't cross this line," China will cross it. If you do not believe me, ask Philippines, or Indonesia, or Vietnam, or Japan, or any single fucking country that China borders with. Like, seriously, like, what the fuck? It's the third biggest country. It's like having like a third biggest dick in the world, and you're still jealous about some other people's dicks. Stop it, China. Just stop it. Um, Famous Chinese exports are like martial arts, kung fu, Shaolin monks. I would say technology, but it's all like stolen, so I wouldn't say that. They have a big, big sales portal called Alibaba. For some reason, it's an Arabic name for father, I think, right? And but the biggest Chinese invention, what Chinese people invented, is copying shit. Yeah, they copy everything. Like the invention was made by this Chinese general called Ko Pi. Yeah, he saw something happening and he decided to do like, hey, let's do the same shit. That's right. So since the early ages, Chinese people like to copy stuff. They like copy stuff that even all of them look in this now. I'm gonna get fucking. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, this is like Chinese people like copy shit. Like even in 2025, right? Trump made some tariffs, right? He put some tariffs on China, and what China did? That's right, they fucking copy it because they like to copy shit. When it comes to news about China, I asked ChatGPT as usual. Yes, exactly the thing that replaced Chinese in the sector of dominance. And there was a lot of fake stuff. Like for instance, first one is a fake landmark giant boulder. That's right. They created like a viewing point, big stone builder that people can go on and take a nice picture, or they can try to lift it. And what happened to be the builder was made out of bricks. Yeah, that's right. They made some fucking bricks and made the builder. This is like a big fucking. If you don't know what a boulder is this big fucking rock, right? Which is kind of hilarious, right? Because like, could you at least like take a boulder from other place and just move it to the designated direction? So yeah, even the rocks in China are fake. I literally have nothing against the country, just hilarious news. Like every time there's something fake, it's always coming from China. Yeah. Okay, so let me go with the news. Where was it? It was in the. It was called the first peak of Peng Cheng. That's right. It was a massive stone on the cliff, and one visitor, one visitor discovered it was actually man-made. So there was like thousands of people or millions of people looking at this stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is the best. And some dude is like, you know what? I do not believe this rock. Let me like fucking touch it. And then he touches, like, hold up a second, that's not the rock. That's a brick. I know, some guy with a unique sense of touch, maybe even a touch of autism, I would even say, right? Yeah, well. Oh no, sorry. I do give respect to the rest of the people who didn't realize it wasn't a real rock, a real boulder. Apparently, the rock was fenced off. Yeah, so apparently someone broke the rules, which in China probably means like death sentence, uh, to realize to realize that the rock is kind of fake, right? It's made of bricks, and there was even no climbing signs. Therefore, like people put some pressure, put some effort behind behind hiding the fact of this rock. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Dwayne Johnson also is fake. You know, the rock. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Okay. And apparently, it came up to life this news that on TikTok, that's right, TikTok again changed the world. You know, it's not only silly dances and people thinking they have something important to say. No, it's also people who expose fake rocks, fake landmark. Oh yeah, and there's other bit of news. For instance, as I mentioned before, a lot of fake things. Apparently, there was an iconic waterfall in one of the places in China. Also, turns out to be fake. Come on, man. Just give it a grip. Okay. What's the other news? Other news from China. Again, zoo goers appealed as dog painted to look like a tiger was a gimmick. That's right. Turns out it was a fake tiger. Again, again, fake tiger. I don't know. Is it a real fake tiger or just like some Shaolin monk using tiger style? Wu Tang Clan is the best. No, oh shit! Actually, there's a picture. And yeah, someone painted a dog in stripes. Yeah, the dog looks like a fucking off-brand Adidas shoes model. And again, it was discovered where on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why Trump is trying to ban TikTok because they expose too much stuff. Fake dogs, fake rocks, fake waterfalls. Who knows if this country is even real? Like seriously, is there any evidence that China is real? Please tell me in the comments. Okay, so they found out it's in a zoo located in Taizhou. I probably butchered the name, but unfortunately I do not speak Chinese. I wish to. So someone made the comment, it's like a dog. And one person tried to argue with the person who noticed that it's a dog. No, no, it's a big tiger with a dog-like temper. That's right, because if you have any experience with tigers, right, you know exactly that the tigers react to come who's a good boy, who's a good boy, you're a good boy, and they eat you. uh, oh shit, it's even better because like the representative of the zoo, because people pointed out, the representative, he was all defensive about it, and he told in response that yeah, people also dye their hair. Yeah, I don't think like people with dye hair are ending up behind the crates in a zoo, just like we do have this certain level of civilization. Oh, natural dye can be used on dogs if they have long fur. Uh, I don't know. I used to have a German Shepherd. I never thought about painting him. He had a beautiful color. Also, I kept him away from the Chinese. Not because of the eating stereotypes. No, no. I literally didn't want my German Shepherd to become a tiger. Yeah. And now is the time for news from Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia still doesn't exist. Okay, now is the time for the second part of the news from China. So let's see. China's snow village cheats tourists with cotton wool and soap. And okay, and that's about it. Again, some fake Chinese stuff. Fake Chinese stuff. And what happened? It's a tourist village. Apparently, some Chinese Aspen in Sichuan, and they used. Yeah, the weather was warm, and Snow Village didn't have any snow. And because it was Lunar New Year holiday at the end of January, they wanted to have some fucking snow. So what they did? Well, they picked some wool, they got some cotton, and apparently did a whole stint. No, someone came with a snowboard and decided to do some tricks. But unfortunately, he caught on fire because cotton is very flammable. No, I'm just kidding. Also, it's probably the plot of the next Fantasy Four movie. Yeah. Oh, someone said that according to which to closer which to on a closer inspection turn out to be fake. So you have to have like a closer inspection to see the difference between cotton wool and snow. Look, I'm from Poland. Before the global warming, it used to be a very snowy country. I'm telling you, every single time it was snowing, not for the second, I was thinking, not even for a second, I was thinking like, hold up a second, is this a pillow coming from the sky? No, I always knew it meant one thing and one thing only. I have to snow off. That's right. And snowing off starts in Poland when you are age of 3 or 2, if you walk faster. Learn how to walk faster. So people were complaining. They were waiting for arrival of the snow. Unfortunately, the weather did not side with us. So in order to create, they purchased cotton from for the snow. Where did they purchase it from? Like what? There's a factory. Hey, let's take 1,000 tons of cotton. That would be like the biggest jacket on the planet. Maybe they have like a giant in China. No? So as again I said, it was fake something in China. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Yeah, they don't even copy stuff. They even make it fake. It is an achievement itself. Can you imagine someone copying your style and be fake at the same time? That required dedication. Okay, and this is the last part of the news. Man in China who tried to suck girlfriend's stray cat wound clean needs a rabies jab. Okay, so apparently what happened, some dude's girlfriend got scratched by a stray cat and the guy decided to suck it off. I don't know, maybe it was a confusion. Maybe he thought it would be a different type of pussy. Also, again, I'm kind of sorry about about the nose sounds and stuff, but like I said, I'm coming down from sickness. That's right. Deng Xiaoping cannot let me to record this podcast. Also, I'm pretty sure I mushed together like three names of Chinese leaders in once. Okay, so he had a girlfriend, right? And he sucked the wound. And he probably was thinking about different kind of pussy, but unfortunately, it was just a stray cat. And what happened? He had to get the rabbi jab. Rabbi jab, yes, the Jewish one. You know, the rabbi is coming, and you get the jab, and then you claim some people. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, the rabies, the disease, right? The disease, and what also is happening. Since it's China, I'm pretty sure it was fake. Yeah, they gave him some water. Yeah, gave him some water. What else? You know, what else? I don't know. What would happen if the dude would like see his girlfriend getting bit by the dog? Would do the same? Who came with this idea of sucking things off? Like I don't know. If I see someone getting bit by the wild animal or stray animal, I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, you kind of deserve it. He's a bad person. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about animals, they know the bad person, so probably his girlfriend was bad. That's a lot of pro. That's a lot of imagination from my side. The girl probably is a nice person. Yeah. Oh, the internet is calling him the Kung Fu Hustle 2. Yeah, that's a great name. And also, like I mentioned, martial arts, right? China, Kung Fu, copy shit, and sucking stray cat wounds. That's right. All right, people, that was the episode of News on the Spectrum. I'm Martin K. If you like it, like and subscribe. Put a comment if you don't like it or something. And so I'll wait till the next week for the next episode. All right, take care.